Hey, we get it. You don't want to be hearing a Progressive commercial right now, so let us tell you something you do want to hear. You are intelligent. You make all the right decisions. You were smart before smart was cool, and you made it cool again. You have a wealth of knowledge, and you are so very clever. I bet you already knew I was going to say that, you genius. There, don't you feel better? You'll also feel better when you hear you could save big when you switch to Progressive. But I'm pretty sure you already knew that, too. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
And here is your Sunday NFL Playoff Series, NBA Playoff Series previews, as well as a Major League Baseball free pick. Now, keep in mind, yesterday we wound up giving you the Washington-Atlanta preview, so we will preview the remaining series brought to you by OffshoreInsiders.com. And by the way, on Sunday, guys, if you're watching this on Sunday, Joe Duffy's picks, no lie, we literally have one of the biggest portfolios we've had since college football season. We've got 3 NBAs, a Wise Guy plays an NBA major, NHL Wise Guy, 4 straight Major League Baseball winning days. We've got 3 Major League Baseball, including the ESPN Game of the Month. By the way, all our Wise Guy plays, all of our NBA and NHL also are after 3 o'clock Eastern Time, too early. Major League Baseball major plays. All right, now let's take a look at it. The Blazers versus the Warriors, where Golden State, a whopping 10,000 favorite on the money line in the series. And for those of you not familiar with the money line, that is based on $100 for a bet. So yeah, you literally have to risk $10,000 just to win $100, probably not, no, definitely not a good bet. But I also wouldn't take back the $2,000. If you bet $100 and you really think Portland's going to win this series, you will win $2,000. Now, you might argue that Portland is an interesting long shot, considering that they are 17-6 straight up since March the 1st, which is the second best mark in the NBA. Damian Lillard is certainly capable of stealing a game. Stealing a series, though, well, no, not really. Golden State won all 4 series meetings by an average of 19.5 points per game. Teams that won at least 17 out of 23 and are getting 7 or more points are just 2-16 straight up. So as far as going with a hot, huge underdog, they don't actually do well straight up. So trying to make a legitimate, coherent argument for the Blazers stealing the series, short of some cataclysmic injuries, I don't quite see how you can make that argument. Now, keep in mind the Warriors are tied for the number 1 under team in the NBA, going under by an average of 2.0 points per game. Not shockingly, considering the public, they see an explosive offensive team like Golden State, they're automatically going to think over and pretty much ignore the line. And the Warriors, thus, are the number 1 under team in the NBA. Also very good defensively, efficiently. Look, I know you can get okay lines on the Golden State sweeping the series. Check your local sportsbook. And by the way, we love mybookie.ag, where you use the promo code Duffy, D-U-F-F-Y, and get a 50% sign-up bonus. But we like Golden State to sweep. Chicago Bulls and the Boston Celtics. Look, Jimmy Butler, almost a one-man show. So if you want to beat Chicago, really you just stop him. And Boston's done well against him. He's shooting just 36% this season. They've been able to rotate Smart, Crowder, Bradley on him. So looks like the Celtics match up pretty well against the Bulls star. Now, Boston and Isaiah Thomas averaging 113.6 points per 100 possessions with him on the court. Just 99 without him, and you may have read certainly the heartbreaking story where Isaiah would understandably be distracted. I know he had a family tragedy. Sorry, folks, it's you can't really ignore that as a handicapper, but then again, we've seen players and teams rally around adversity. But the point is, for those of you who bet live lines, if Isaiah Thomas gets into some foul trouble, might be a good time to look at Chicago on a live line, because they are clearly much better with him on the court. But then again, of course, if Isaiah doesn't have many foul problems and the game is closer, even the Celtics are losing, Isaiah Thomas is going to be left in there, and then maybe look at Boston on the live line. Now, the Celtics, as far as matchups are concerned, ecstatic Taj Gibson is going. He's done well against Boston when he was in a Chicago uniform, done well, dominating the boards. Look, the burden of high expectations. Boston's obviously not accomplish as much in the postseason as the odds would indicate. Yeah, they are the top seed, but they're a young team that hasn't proven anything yet, and it's a general rule of thumb. We kind of lean towards going against teams like that, but you're not really getting spectacular odds at getting Chicago plus the 330. Do like Boston in 6 games. As far as the Thunder and the Rockets, Houston, then this is, of course, the marquee matchup from a fan standpoint, may or may not be from a gambler standpoint. Look, the East is kind of ugly from a fan standpoint, but the truth is it's very pretty from a better standpoint. But look, the Rockets are minus 380. Oklahoma City is plus 300 again on $100 per bet. So you bet Oklahoma City to win it. You bet $100 to win it. You'll get back $300. Keep in mind, high playoff totals generally are big underplays historically. Of course, Harden versus Westbrook. But will this be a case where, maybe each one of the guys, they kind of make it an individual battle and the teams become too erratic offensively? Or does this mean a big over where each guy is going to simply try to outscore the other play and maybe not be as intense on defense? 3 of the 4 regular season games were decided by 3 or fewer points, a combined 7 points. So that would indicate take the underdog no matter what based on the season series. For Houston to have a chance, they really are going to have to make their 3-point shots. Rockets, of course, were one of the best spread teams in the NBA most of the year because of the Ewing theory. And again, you're not familiar with the Ewing theory. Basically, what it says is when a team loses their overrated, quote-unquote, superstar, they became a great team to bet on. And Houston lost to Dwight Howard. They were one of the best spread teams in the NBA till eventually the odds makers caught up to them at the end of the year, and Houston skidded into the postseason spread-wise. But the Houston theory says that based on the Ewing theory says that based on previous playoff performances, Houston is a dark horse because they lost that overrated player and thus are actually have a better chance than they have in previous years. We do like the Rockets in 6. We're also going to give you a Major League Baseball free winner for Sunday. Fading teams off a blowout loss are plus 130 units on the run line with a 10 ROI. Good on the money line too. Better on the run line because you're usually betting on a big favorite. The winning pick is to go with Cleveland and Carrasco minus the 1.5 and then minus the 110 against Detroit and Boyd. Once again, Cleveland. For your winning picks, it's Joe Duffy's picks at offshoreinsiders.com, the most successful winningest handicapper in sports betting history.
Once upon a time in a convenience store, a woman asked, "Which zero-calorie drink will I like more?" The cashier said, "I have a thought. Coke Zero Sugar always hits the spot." The taste made her heart fill with laughter, and with her Coke Zero Sugar, she lived happily ever after. Coca-Cola Zero Sugar, unbelievably delicious.
No trip to the store is complete without the unbelievably delicious zero-calorie taste of Coke Zero Sugar. Pick some up at 7-Eleven today.